Hi everyone, I'm going to make some progress on my TZR rebuild today. I've been this morning to Double Take Motorcycles in Southampton, and they have put the balance weights on. They've digitally balanced my front wheel, so that's excellent news. Have another few little jobs around that I want to tackle while I'm here. I'll get all the electrics back on, make sure everything stays powered up. But I do have this problem with the radiator bolt there, so I need to drill that out. And while I'm there, I've got a new radiator, second-hand radiator, that's all straight, and I'll put that on. The other one wasn't leaking, but there's a slight bend in it there. The other thing I'm going to do is put my gear lever on that I got direct from Yamaha Japan for 3XV. There's 7,499 of these left, so I don't think they're going to run out anytime soon. And I might take a look at doing the plastic welding on the headlight and starting to test fit, bend the instrument cage with the nose cone, just start checking to see if everything's lining up right. So let's crack on. Okay, so let's start with the first of the jobs, which is getting the electrics back together. So I'm going to plug in the Zealtronic here. That's the extension cable, get that out of the way. It's done. The regulator. It's in. And now battery, I'll put on charge. There's not a lot of room in here to get this right. Battery is on. Next thing to do is take the gear lever off. So I have to take the footrest hanger off in order to get behind to get the gear lever off, and let's do that now. Now what I've got to do is measure this gap here, because when I reset it, this part comes with a gear lever. So let's get some calipers to do that. .8. Okay, that's off. I imagine this is going to be done up extremely tight, so I'll give it a little go and see what happens. Oh no, that's not too bad. I was expecting that to be an absolute fight. A little wavy washer there, got a replacement of one of those, and that's the broken gear lever. Does that look like a sleeve in there? It's difficult to tell, isn't it? It seems to fit quite snugly, so I guess maybe not. Well, that's quite loose. Okay, guess it goes on that way then. So I've got a new wavy washer. Got a new foot brake rubber. So let's put a bit of WD-40 on that to help it go. Probably make it too slippy for me to hold it. A little bit of paper on there. It's on there, excellent. Wavy washer. So that goes on first. Then a wavy washer. Then this goes on. I think what I'll do is I'll clean this up. I'm not going to polish this thing to death, but I want to make it, put something on that's really mucky. Okay, right, so just check that's the right way around. Let's put some copper slip on that. All you need. Make sure I've got this the right around. Yep, that's the right way around. I'm going to have to look on the forum to find out what the torque setting for this is. And then that will give that boot something to protect. So I'll check the torque setting on that and the torque settings on the rest of it, and we'll put it back on the bike. Let's take this thread out of here because we know that one goes in fairly well. That's spun on. About 5.9, that's about right. We'll adjust it more accurately when it's on the bike. There you go. Let's lock these up when I'm happy with the exact distances between these, and then just push those against each. So I think that actually is perfect from where it was. The only thing that these do is they just alter the height of this. They don't have any effect on the operation of the gearbox. So I'm quite happy with that as a distance. It's lining up with that, which is what it did before. So let's nip these up, and that's done. Happy. So just torque these up. That's fine, don't want to kill it. I always take a little bit off the torque numbers because the bike's so old. So it was 3 kilogram meters, which equates to about 28 newton meters, so I did it to 25. bin bag in a bucket. Took the radiator cap and off and the rest came out. Excellent. So while that's draining, I can get on and start disconnecting some of the other hoses. Just gentle persuasion. Okay. That one off. We won't be able to get that off until we've got the rest of the bolts off the radiator, but I'm quite happy now. Well, this bolt's easy because that just wasn't connected. We got another one this side. That's actually a stud that goes on there, which makes this really difficult to take off. And the other one is under here. It's got this hose off. We can probably manoeuvre it out. There we go. Very nearly. There you go. Unclip that from the top. And that's the radiator out. So let's have a look at the old radiator. It wasn't actually leaking, but you can see it had taken a bit of a bonk. And this is the new radiator. So hopefully that should be easier to fit as well. So this is what's known as an easy out, or the screw extractor. It consists of a left-hand thread metal screw and one of these. So the idea is that you drill out a very small hole, a pilot hole in the center of your bolt that's in there using your left-hand thread, and then after you've done that, you can use a tap handle, and then, because don't put it in the drill because it will just rip out, and then you can go in here and you can gently try and remove it. But how do you get a hole dead center? Now, I found these. These are for woodworking, and they help when you're drilling for hinges with countersunk wood screws. And in here, there's a drill bit. It's a wood bit, so we don't want that. We'll swap it over for the metal left-hand thread. But what it does mean is you can just go straight in and you can drill a hole and you'll know it'll be centered. So let's just swap the drill bit over and we'll get on with it. So now it's installed there, left hand in there, and put that in the drill. And remember, when we're drilling, we want it to go left hand. So a bit of WD-40 for cutting, and let's see if we can make a hole in this. Okay, let's just try this guy. Loud noises coming up. Okay, I've put a drill on that. It's going to be a disaster. It will just spin it right off because it needs to be done really slowly. Let's get this on. and just very slowly, yeah, that's worked. It's coming out. I'm going to take this off because it's just too in the way. There you go. A bit of tea. Let's see if we've got one that's roughly the same size. Maybe that is. So we've got 30 mil there. $30 mil there, I'd say. I reckon that will do it. Let's put that in. So after we've got that out, we find there's a slight issue here. This has been squashed. So what I'm going to need to do is drill this out and tap it for M8. So let's do that now. Right, here's my kit. Now, that's the bolt. And that is going to fit M6 actually. There you go. So M6. So that's the drill that comes with it to drill it out over size. Then cut a thread in for these, put them in. You'll see how it goes. Let's just get the bolt and see if that's long enough. Looks about right to me. So I don't want to go any more than that. And we'll start cutting a thread into it. Right, I think that's cutting okay now. Okay. Okay, so there's the insert and the handle. As you can see, this thread is looking really good, but it's oversized. So this should now screw in. And get that flush. Like that. Then this is the little punch that just knocks the hole out of the end. There you go. Now if you have a look in there, that's all lovely. Okay. Okay, that's much better. What I'll do is I'll put this top hose on first. Won't do it up just yet until we've got the other one on. Right, that's all on good and tight. How are we looking here? That's looking okay. That needs to come down a bit. And this doesn't quite line up, so we'll just have to do some modifications to that. Let's get the top squared away first, and then we can do that. Let's get this bolt back in. Okay, and that little goes on there. And as that screws down, we'll bring that in to the frame. Goes through the bottom. That bolt goes in there, through there. Right, let's get this off. We can go in now. It's getting nice and smooth. That one. And then onto the top of the top hose onto the radiator. Right, that should all be good. That took quite some time, but luckily I had all the tools in the garage to do the job, which is really nice rather than having to wait. Quite a lot of effort for just one bolt. Took all my time up, so I don't have time to take a look at the plastic welding on the headlight lug. So we'll do all that next time, get it fitted in with the nose cone, and then hopefully we can start looking at getting the front end put back on this bike, because I really want my ladder back. Okay, take care.